What is up, everybody? My name is Justin Alvarado, and welcome to the MVP podcast.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. I'm your co-host Myko Garcia, and today, guys, we're gonna have another hobby talk. And this time, we brought a really, I would say, long time collector. And as you can see behind him, he looks like he has a pretty sweet collection. So let's welcome Joaquin Anareta, or also known as Keats Collects. Hey, what's up, man?
Yeah, Keats collects on IG. Thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
thanks for
sir.
coming on.
All right, so let's get right into it. So Keats collects, man. So can you give us a little background of Keats collects? Like how did Keats collect start and yeah.
Oh, actually, my nickname is Keto. That's my
Mm,
childhood name. Like everyone called me that growing up. So I just made it a bit slang, changed up the spelling, and
Keats.
then Keats
Right, right,
collects.
right.
It's sort of a handle, whatever.
All right. I see. I thought it was like Joaquin. I was trying to mix it with like Joaquin, like Keen, Keys. I was like, is that how it came to Keys? I was like, nah. That's,
You can get it from that also.
I
But then
know, I know.
yeah, I that's my nickname, Kito talaga. All my friends used to call me that. So, but not a lot of people know it's me actually. Like I have some
Yeah.
people that I know in real life that message me on the page and then they don't know it's me. Pretty funny.
Yeah.
Like they just reply to my story and then bigla I tell them, "Oh, I know you." Then he's just like, "What?
Yeah.
That's you pala."
Have you been when did you start collecting in general though?
Actually, I go way back like
Mhm.
2013. But
Oh wow,
then
okay.
at the time I was uh wait, no, not 2013. I started when I was 13.
Ah, okay, when you were 13.
Okay, so I was in grade 7 and then I just really collected. Like I didn't know it was a lucrative thing at the time. Maybe it
Mhm.
wasn't. Like I didn't know any of those values or whatever. Like it was just like I went out to a store, bought some packs, bought some singles, bought what I liked. And from that time palang, I was a Thunder fan.
Okay.
Actually, I collected Kevin Durant,
Oh,
but
okay.
unfortunately, like at the time, I didn't know that it was the rookies, the memos, the autos that held value. So if you look back at my old collections, just a shitload of base in like OKC
Right.
uniforms and
Right.
random years. So like little to no significance. But then I got lucky naman. I actually held on to a few rookies of the stars now, like Harden, Curry.
Sweet.
I had some, yeah. That's what I started out with.
Hey, that's nice. That's nice.
So that era, that year.
Yeah. Especially back then, you must really be into the hobby because, especially now, like a lot of people got into the hobby because they saw the monetary value.
Yeah.
But
It's
then you when you
definitely
started, it was really
lucrative.
just a collector.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I see. Right. So we'll get into that later for sure. I'm sure everyone is curious to know what's behind you as well, all those cards.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
but let's
That's
start first. Let's start first with the season right now.
yeah.
So, I mean, man, what a weird season.
Super.
Like, super weird season. Like you can't, especially even fantasy. You know, like it's so weird because you can't even tell who's gonna play because there's like safety protocols and all that. People missing games
So many
and
injuries.
so
Yeah.
many injuries, and all those injuries led to other players getting more playing time. And like maybe last year when the season was normal, some rookies would be like, they're not gonna get any playing time this year for sure. But
Yeah.
then this season is like next man up. Anyone could play. So
This season, I think the best word to describe it in one word would be like a curveball.
mhm.
Because like everything's condensed and everyone's just forced to play so many games in such a short amount of
Exactly.
time. So
Exactly.
yeah, like you said, yeah, next man up, and then
Exactly.
who we thought would suck is actually pretty good, and vice
Yeah.
versa. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, just to add to that, just to relate it to the cards now, especially with the new set of rookies. Any thoughts on the prices, especially how it moved in this curveball season?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um. Actually, like right now, we're kind of seeing the shift back to modern.
Mhm.
So if you go back a few months, prices for the goat market and the Hall of Fame market were
Right,
pretty
right.
absurd. Like it kind
Yeah.
of it shot up like crazy.
Mhm.
So now we're kind of seeing like a slow shift back into modern. Then, believe it or not, uh, for the collector that I am, I haven't bought anything 2020.
Man.
2020
As,
meaning
as in,
Lamelo's.
yeah,
The
Lamelo,
mellow
yeah, Lamelo, yeah,
years.
yeah. I
Yeah.
haven't bought anything. I haven't bought
Yeah.
Same,
any
same.
singles.
Yeah.
So I've stayed disciplined. So I'm pretty proud of myself for that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's nice. That's nice.
Yeah, because like what I think the first sale of Lamelo's Prism RC PSA 10 was $1,800. So what?
something like that.
That's
Uh, yeah.
what? That's 90K.
Crazy.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
90K.
something.
That's a 10, right? That's a
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
10.
10.
something.
That's a 10.
Yeah.
Base,
Something
not a
stupid.
silver.
Yeah,
Oh man.
yeah.
That's
Something
the hype
stupid.
train you have to avoid, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
you
That's the
can't
hype
fall
train.
into that for sure.
I remember there was a post by I forgot which IG account, credits to the owner, but when Luca came out, it was like I think 30 to $60.
Mm-hmm.
So
Dang.
sabihin mo na 1.5 to like 3K around that range.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
And then when Zion came out, it was around 25K. So medyo mahal na, like big jump
Yeah,
from
yeah.
Luca. And then Lamelo's came out, which was 90K, and I was like, "Fuck,
Oh
I'm not getting a Lamelo
yeah,
anytime soon."
yeah. That's true. Actually, I kind of, I'm sorry if you did, but then I feel bad for whoever bought like at that price. It's just you're gonna
Yeah,
lose money for sure. But that's the thing. Like you live and you learn. So if you made that mistake, like I'm sorry, but then just learn from it and never do it again.
yeah.
Right?
yeah. And to your point, even I think it was just today, if I'm not mistaken, or if not yesterday, the most recent sale was around 800. So let's say that's 40K, which still think is kind of
That's still
overpriced.
too high. Yeah, that's
You
still
know,
too high.
like if Zion right now
Comparing,
is 30, Zion
yeah,
right now is 30, Lamelo's 40, then nah.
yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And can you say like that's the most surprising spike for you? Well, I'm not even sure if it's considered a spike since like it just
It's the
Lamelo
Just
first.
came out. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah it just came out. But
Honestly,
but
honestly, uh, honestly, no. Like, I don't think that's the most surprising spike. What I feel like is surprising is when someone has a big game and then everyone just overreacts. So we
yeah,
saw that
yeah.
happen a lot this year. We saw it happen to Garland, and then he got hurt,
And uh-huh.
and then it happened to Sexton. And then he
Uh-huh.
continued playing, but then the market cooled off.
Yeah.
He continued playing well, I mean. And then it's
Yeah.
happened to a guy like Keldon Johnson, and then of course his market's like cooling off as well. So it's pretty surprising to see how reactive people are, despite
Yeah.
the consistent cycle of this whole thing.
Right.
Like people still fall into that.
And
Yeah.
like
It's
just to
pretty
add on to
interesting.
yeah to add on to the Cleveland players that you just mentioned.
Yeah,
One I would say is KPJ.
yeah, KPJ. No one
When he
was
went
buying his
off,
stuff
yeah. Then he
at
went
the
off in
start
the
of the
G League.
season. Yeah,
Yeah. He
yeah.
went off in the G League and then people are buying his Prism RCs. Like
Mhm.
that's the G League. Hey, but he's still playing well in
He's a
Houston.
good player. He's a good player for
Yeah,
sure.
he's a good player.
And he gets minutes now since John Wall's out for the season already, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but for a guy like that, it's just they're not making it to the postseason. They're clearly
Mm.
one of the worst teams. So you don't see like a
Ex-
catalyst for a price increase in the next coming
yeah,
months. Yeah,
right.
someone who bought at that price is probably gonna have to take a loss.
Speaking of spikes, how about the opposite side of the spectrum? Is there a surprising dip for you or absurd?
Oh yeah, LeBron, dude, LeBron.
Mm,
Yeah, it went up like a few months ago.
right now.
Yeah,
Right
yeah.
now.
Right now, like his stuff is 50% off from
Shit.
where it was in Feb.
Yeah.
So if you look at his top of the line rookie, you'd say Topps Chrome.
Mhm.
The PSA 10 did like $40,000.
I
So
think
that's
we have
2 million.
45. Yeah.
Yeah. And then now it's back to 20. So it's pretty crazy. Like especially since he got hurt, parang everyone just acted like the Lakers died or something.
I know.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
well, I mean, like even if you watch their highlights, it was kind of boring
Yeah,
to watch, man.
yeah. It's just so drastic the drop talaga.
uh,
So that
Yeah.
kind of surprised me. I thought the floor for the price would be kind of a bit higher.
hmm.
But
about about for about Luca. Did Luca's card dip big? I know it dipped though during the season, especially recently I listened to a podcast from Slab Stocks and the fact that Dallas they said Dallas didn't look like a playoff contender, but then right now they're six and
mhm,
they blew out Golden State by fucking 40.
yeah,
Yeah, how about that? Do you see that as a big dip or not really?
mm, well, it went crazy in the bubble for around
Yeah,
2000 plus.
Yeah, it was like
yeah, yeah.
100K during the
Yeah,
bubble.
and then it sat at around 60, went back to 80, and then now it's at about 60 again.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I
So it's
think
not
that's pretty fair,
okay.
considering that they underperformed to the start of the season.
Uh-huh.
But then
Yeah.
once they make that playoff noise, if they do, I think it can hit the mark again. But then I wouldn't bank on it because
Right.
people are getting smarter,
Yeah.
and more and more people are getting into the hobby. So you know, I wouldn't bank on that happening again, like hitting 2000 for the base. But then for his higher end stuff, like that's a different story.
Yeah. Like Luca's a bit of I'd say at least the Prism base. It's in a difficult situation right now. Like
Mm,
even I own a Prism base PSA 10, but
Same.
the
So
pop
I asked.
the pop is very concerning. Like
yeah, it's
I think
climbing every day.
16,000 I think already as of now. So it's a lot.
Yeah,
And
it's a
Yeah.
lot.
I think the biggest Facebook group internationally is, I'm not sure if
Hotspot.
this is updated, but if it's hotspot, I think it's 77K.
Hmm.
So like it means 16K out of those 77K more or less have a Luca Prism RC PSA 10.
Yeah,
Dang.
there's probably
So
that one guy there that has like 50.
yeah,
Dang.
it's
I wish I knew
concerning.
about that pop count, man. That's something we'll get into later, though, for sure. Something we'll get into.
But full disclosure, my move is I have a Prism based rookie card PSA 10. I'm gonna sell it within the next few weeks, and then I'll
Mhm.
buy an optic hollow PSA 9
That's
because
that's a much better.
it's
Yeah,
it's about the
yeah,
same price actually today,
yeah.
and 16,000 for a Luca Prism based RC PSA 10, and then for an optic hollow I think it's around 400,
Oh,
and it's the
dang.
same price more or less. I think like
Hmm.
five k
Right.
difference. So that's what I'm
Right.
doing within the next few weeks, depending on how the prices behave. But yeah,
Honestly, given the recent wave for the Hall of Fame market, their biggest stuff is the top scrum stuff, right? So I was kind of speculating on whether or not that would make an impact on optic because optics like the modern day top scrum.
right.
So I was thinking like parang optics in a tough spot. Like people are sleeping on it. So I'm actually invested in optic also as a brand. I like the brand a lot. Like it's really nice, the eye appeal. And I think there's much more room to climb.
Sure. The optic hollows from last
Yeah,
year,
especially the hollows.
so clean. Oh my
Parang
god.
Yeah,
ano yun eh. Parang top scrum refractor.
Mm-hmm.
And the checkerboard is the X-fractor.
Definitely. I see
It's
it.
mirrored lang. Yeah.
Yeah, I see the
Yeah.
result. I see it.
yeah,
Right. So a while ago you mentioned about the playoffs. You were talking about Luca.
Yeah.
Something new this season, the play-in tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool. I hope I'm getting this right. So play-in tournament, it's for 7, 8, 9, 10. The winner of 7 and 9 goes against the loser of 8 and 10, and the remaining will face each other. So yeah, the winner of that game goes for 7, and the winner of the other segment goes for 8. So yeah, with this new play-in tournament, is there is there a specific team and a specific player that you think will have a spike in the cards because of this new play-in tournament?
Mm, well, it's all about speculation for now, right? So
Yeah.
I'd probably bank on a guy like Ja
Ah, I see.
having like a moment, dropping probably like
That's true.
35. People are overreacting all over again. Or
That's true.
another guy is
Yeah.
MPJ.
I see.
So those two guys. And in the East, who's in
Yeah.
7 to 10
Lam-
range?
so right
Uh,
now it's Miami,
there.
Yeah.
Lamelo today, Charlotte, Indiana, and Washington.
Okay.
Where's
So
Chicago? 11th.
This is interesting. 10, 11, 12, which is Washington, Chicago, and Toronto. They're all the same record.
Mm,
Basically,
okay.
we have 7 to 12.
Chicago's so dysfunctional though, so I wouldn't count on it.
Yeah.
And my thinking is just if a guy like Westbrook and Beal get into a play and they're not losing, like it's
Mhm.
not gonna happen.
It's
Because
it's interesting because, like you mentioned, it's based on speculation, and um, I feel like anyone could have a good game during the play-in, and then prices
yeah,
could spike, right? But then the problem is, let's say Golden State gets in the play-in, and then they match up against Utah. I mean, Utah is still
mhm,
pretty good, so
Yeah, for
yeah,
like
sure.
sure they got to the playoffs, but will they make it out of the first round? Like I feel like that's also something
Yeah.
people should take into
Just
account.
to
Like
see exactly, like,
like just don't buy strictly because they got into the playoffs, because
yeah.
that could go to shit in 4 games potentially.
Or if you do, your window is really short.
Right,
yeah.
right,
Like you have to get rid of it immediately.
yeah.
Yeah. That's why there's this like hype with this new tournament, basically this play-in tournament. Because
Yeah,
for one, it's gonna be hella exciting. It's kind of like March Madness vibes because one game.
yeah. It's pretty cool, but then
Yeah.
it's also pretty weird. Like imagine working so hard to get the 10th, diba? Like what did he say? Mark Cuban? Was it Mark Cuban or Luca who said that
Uh,
kind of sucks that you have to work so hard to get to
Right,
10th
right.
only to lose in one
right.
game? Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
because
it's kind of
technically,
makes sense, diba?
yeah, 7 onwards, you're kind of not quote unquote a
Di pa
playoff
sure,
team.
yeah.
Yeah, so you're still from the outside looking in 7 onwards.
Yeah.
So like
Exactly,
7 to
yeah.
10, it doesn't matter as long as you win.
It's
You're
anyone's
good.
Yeah.
game like at that point. So as far as like putting money on who's gonna win, it's anybody's game talaga.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you so much for watching. If you dig that video, please don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to our channel. And last but not least, don't forget to click the notification bell so you don't miss out on any video.